So today we've got three main stories to talk about from the Spanish newspapers. Two from AS in English, and one from Marca. All three Madrid-based articles. And the first one is about Cristiano Ronaldo, who's going to be leaving Real Madrid.
Yep.
Pep Guardiola, who's going to be joining Manchester City. And AC Milan being interested in three players from Madrid.
Yep.
So first of all, Ronaldo. The headline translates that he's most likely to leave come the end of the season than he is to renew his contract.
Yeah, this is going to be his last, according to AS and the Portuguese press. Sorry, I thought there was a helicopter coming over there. They think that this will be his last season at Madrid, based on the fact that he doesn't feel supported, really loved enough by the club. He doesn't feel that they support him enough in his efforts to be crowned the best player in Spain, less the world. In fact, he wants to be crowned, given the Ballon d'Or to be the best player in the world. And what do we think that means? The club doesn't support him enough? What does that mean exactly? How are they not supporting him exactly?
Maybe not letting him take all the free kicks,
Not letting him
score
take
all the goals. A couple of other players score, don't they? Higuain now and then, Benzema now and then.
They do, yeah. He's not scoring all the goals.
Maybe he's not happy about that. I think he's happy with Mourinho, but not the club in general, and certainly not the league in general. And he
doesn't think he's getting enough protection or favouritism from referees, does he?
That's right, and he thinks that the club could help him more with that. And he cites Barcelona helping Messi, and he wants to be helped by Madrid the way Messi has been helped by Barca.
Unfortunately, Madrid are in a bit of a difficult situation with this because of the fact that they've got Pepe in central defence. It's very difficult for them to condemn any acts of aggression against their own players when they've got Pepe at the other end trying to break everyone's leg. It's particularly notable this week when David Navarro of Levante elbowed Ronaldo in the face and gave him five stitches in his cheekbone. When asked to condemn this afterwards, Madrid spent quite a lot of time suggesting that Pepe himself. What was it to say about Pepe? I've lost my train to the helicopters.
Lost your train to the helicopters.
Yeah.
They basically just came out. Ronaldo had asked for them to support him, and instead they came out to defend Pepe, because if they did come out and say, "Oh, Navarro's being too elbowy,"
yeah,
I'm sure a lot of people turn around and say, "Oh, what about your man Pepe?
What about Pepe,
the bloke?
He's basically made of elbows."
Yeah. If you've not seen his video on YouTube where he kicks pieces into the guy on the floor, it was like against Getafe, I think it was, a Getafe defender. Took him down and just kept kicking him while he was on the floor. Do look it up.
That's Pepe.
Yeah.
The next thing that we had to talk about is that Barca are a little bit worried that Pep Guardiola's heading to Manchester City. Apparently, according to Pep Guardiola's agent, Manchester City are amongst 4 clubs that have made concrete offers for him.
I assume that was in the summer, made concrete offers.
Yeah, they don't mention the time frame for that, but we assume that that's in the last few months, not in the last week. The 4 clubs concerned are Man City, Chelsea, AC Milan and Bayern Munich, who all at the moment do have managers.
Indeed, but the agent also said there were inquiries from 4 football federations. One was Qatar, one was Chile, was it? Yeah, Chile, Brazil, and the 4th one was England.
England, yeah.
So that must have been, well, I don't know, when did Hodgson come in? No.
Yeah, that must have been around the time when Harry didn't get it, I imagine.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, no. Pep was still Barcelona manager. Well, no, he probably said by then, hadn't he, that he was going to be his last season.
I think so, yeah.
So maybe it was back then.
It sounded more like an informal inquiry on the part of the English FA.
In fact, that came through the press from an agent, so who knows?
Yeah, it's difficult to say. Yeah. But the idea is that, from Man City's perspective, they get Pep Guardiola in to help them develop the new Messi.
That's right, that's what they want to do. They're going to construct their own La Masia, which is the youth academy at Barcelona. £100 million or 120 million euros they're going to spend on that. And that'll allow them to have an in-house trainee population of 80.
80, temporary.
That's sort of live-in trainees.
Yeah, and up to 400 youngsters coming to train there daily.
It's quite incredible, really.
And they want Pep to head it up because he's got experience of doing this kind of thing.
But still, why? Okay, they want to do that. Why are Barca scared that Pep's going to go to City? They've still got their Messiah.
Yeah, I suppose people are scared of competition, aren't they?
Yeah.
But
I thought you were going to answer the question from what the article had said about they're scared that he'll actually take players from La Masia as
right,
well.
yeah. Is that right? That's what what
Yeah.
they're scared of. Yeah, they're scared that he's gonna take some players from the Messiah because already Chicky Bergistrain.
Yeah.
I can't say the guy's
Director
name.
of
The
football.
director of football, former director of football at Barcelona, who was there during Pep's time, before Pep was the main manager of Barcelona, and while he was the main manager, he's now gone to Manchester City as director of football. And the dream team that have had so much to do with bringing through the likes of Iniesta and who else? Fabregas, Xavi, Piqué, Pedro, yeah, to a lesser extent, Valdez, if you really want to scrape the barrel.
Puyol going all the way back. Yeah.
Yeah, they wanted
Pep
that.
himself.
Well, I don't think Pep and Bergistrain
No,
were
but
responsible
La
for it.
Masia, yeah.
But yeah,
yeah.
so they want to recreate their Messiah, which is quite possible. And Man City have got a lot of money apparently
To
at
be
the
able to
moment,
do
yeah.
that,
Rivaled only by QPR.
Of course, yeah. And which brings us nicely onto the third article,
Very good.
which is regarding Ricardo Carvalho, who QPR tried to sign at the end of the last transfer window.
Yeah,
along
Paul
with-
Ricardo just missed out on a dream move
Yeah.
on the last day of the transfer window. Could have been there at QPR.
It did look like on the final day they'd have Dawson and Carvalho at the back in front of Julio Cesar,
Yeah,
but they've ended up with Anton Ferdinand and Ryan Nelson.
Ryan Nelson. Yeah, Anton Ferdinand
What?
in place of Ricardo Carvalho,
Yeah,
and Ryan Nelson in place of
Michael Dawson.
Michael Dawson.
But at least that has meant that QPR aren't where Hughes said they'd be.
Yeah, Mark
You
Hughes
should
famously saying on the last day of the season, as QPR narrowly avoided relegation because of results elsewhere. Mark Hughes said, "This club should never have been in this situation. It will never happen again while I'm manager of this club."
Which seems to be true because they're destined for definite relegation.
Yeah, and by the time that does come about this season, I very much doubt he'll be manager of that club.
But yeah, this article is actually about Milan representatives going to Madrid and inquiring specifically about Carvalho, but also Kaka and Arbiol. Given that Milan have got no money, the figure's been talked about 9 million just for Carvalho for a 2.5-year contract.
€9 million.
Euros, yeah.
Yeah, and yeah, no price is mentioned for Kaka and Arbiol. I think the 9 million for Carvalho is probably as far as they could stretch, isn't it?
Yeah.
And they've got to give up the rest for Berlusconi's bail. Carvalho said he'd rather stay in Madrid though, didn't he?
Yeah, because not for footballing reasons, just because his family at this stage in his life were his priority, and they're happy in Madrid. So that would also rule out any possible move to QPR in January, I'd suggest.
Yeah, what a shame.
Yeah.
Because QPR could do with some plugs at the back there, couldn't they?
I'd also just like to go back to that first one about Ronaldo. We missed a bit where he was referring to his time in Manchester, and it's looking like if he's going to leave, he wants to go back to England, and I suppose Manchester United, because he's been referring to Ferguson as
Father figure.
father in football, says he really misses him and had a great relationship with him.
It's only Ryanair flight away though, isn't it?
This is true, yeah. And he also said that the first time he put on the Madrid jersey, he was really happy, but that 3 years down the line, he longs for the respect that he got from both Man United and the Premiership, which he doesn't believe he gets from Madrid or La Liga.
It's terrible, isn't it? It's terrible.
Poor guy.
Very capricious.
Yeah.
Anyway,
That's it.
that's it. We have to go now because the
Kings are coming.
King's here. As you can hear, the sirens are here. It's the big Ibo-American summit over the road here, and sitting on this wall outside in the open air in
Loads of
Canada.
police, so it looks like we might get shot down.
Yeah, snipers all
Potential
around us.
snipers.